So this piece too, very unique piece. Stationary motor with an alternator attached to it. This is very useful to me in this lifestyle. It works. I got it working. It didn't run. Cleaned the carby up. It was very varnished in there. Got it running. Then I had to play around to understand how the alternator works and the control panel. I've worked it all out now. Then it had yet another issue. When I went to charge, it puts out 13.75 at the alternator. But by the time it got up to my deep cycle battery bank, we were only seeing 13.1 volts, which isn't enough to charge the battery bank. So after a series of voltage drop tests and all that, I came to a conclusion which probably should have been obvious. The wiring was too flimsy and the connections just weren't good enough. They weren't up to spec. So here, and the ground, it had some, larger gauge, which means smaller thickness, wiring. So I just assumed mistakenly that the person who built this piece had to be a pretty handy fellow, because this is not something you buy from the store. This is custom made, custom built. You won't see. I've seen one other like this down in Victoria, only one. They must have been a thing that certain handy people built back in the day as a battery charger, but they're not very common at all. And the other one wasn't working and wasn't in anywhere near as good as condition as this one. So it's a very unique piece, and I'm going to upgrade the wiring. It's going to cost me a little bit. I only paid $40 for this as a package deal. I got 3 engines, each serving a unique purpose. I got a Subaru one, small Subaru one. Where is it? It's over there. It's over in there. Little Subaru one with a clutch on it, and I got a 2-stroke water pump. $40 a pop. So they're all unique. All ones that you don't see very often at all. Deceased estate, see? And so I'm going to get some 2-gauge wiring, which is car battery spec. From there, 36-inch one, and there, 36-inch up to the battery bank. Then some small, short, stubby 2-gauge between all the batteries. And that is going to mean that this thing on a cloudy day performs the function of my solar panels. So even on a cloudy day I still have solar, but just via this. It will cost me a little bit, of course, to pump some juice, but when you need it, you need it. And not every day that it's cloudy you need the juice, but probably like cloudy hot days would be the exception. Cloudy hot days you need to be able to cool down, and this is better than a generator on many levels. This is only a 55 amp alternator, but I could upgrade that. Now that I understand how it all works, I could put one that's double, triple the size on there, and really pump some juice into the bank. Yeah, it's better than a generator, for the fact, like, I still have neighbours here to consider, right? And they don't want me running a generator at all sorts of hours when they're trying to be at home chilling. So I can run this when people aren't home. These guys mostly at work all day. Pump the juice in at the opportune time and use it when I need it. It's like backup power, right? Whereas the generator, you can only use it as it's producing the power. This thing stores the power for you for use later. Very unique piece, very cheap, and you just can't lose on it. So that's the type of stuff I'm moving into. Stuff I'm happy to get stuck holding. I'm very happy to hold this. I'm happy to hold that gas oven in there. I'm happy to hold the 4-in-1 workstation on the back of my ute there. All of it, anything that I buy, I want to be happy to get stuck with it. For the most part, there's a few exceptions, but the only exception is the stuff that I know it's a proven seller. I know I'm going to flip it. Otherwise, I have to be buying it dirt cheap and happy to get stuck with it, worst case.